welcome to this week's DIY. I'm so excited because now we are in our garden series. If you look behind me, I got all these beautiful garden flowers. Pretty cool. Got on my Save the Bumblebees t-shirt because you know we care about the bees here. And we're gonna be using some garden-esque flowers, so I'm excited. Honestly, one of my favorite styles to do. We got some beautiful stems here and I'm super excited to show you them all. So we have our two sunflowers. We have this beautiful yellow sunflower right here. Take that out and show that to you. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the center on this one. And then we have another sunflower called strawberry sunflower. And if you're wondering why it's a strawberry sunflower, well, because it has these beautiful touches of red or burgundy in the middle, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So that is a strawberry sunflower. Very excited to use that. Then we have our amaranth inside of this bouquet. This amaranth, fun fact, it's in the same family as quinoa. So if you've ever seen quinoa, you've grown it, it's actually in this family, fun fact. Then we have our explosion grass. It looks exactly like the name. It's literally looks like it's exploding. I literally love it. It's one of my favorite things to use, especially when I want to do a more cottagey, gardeny look. The texture is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We now have our cattails, which are really cool too. We're gonna be using a couple of assorted greeneries that you might get. So again, we have explosion grass and then the cattails. They're very fluffy and they're a little bit bigger than bunny tails. Bunny tails are a little smaller, but these are a little bigger, so cattails. Then one of my favorites, we have our alliums. So alliums, yes, they are in the family of alliums and they smell like onions. So cool. When you grow garlic, they shoot up garlic scapes and they also bloom flowers that look very similar to this. I'm very excited about this because that's what this series is all about. Going out into your garden and even choosing something that might come from a vegetable or something that you're growing to eat. Woo! That's garlicky. That is garlicky. Or more oniony, let me say. This is cottage yarrow. Again, very beautiful. We have an assortment of different colors. We have this white one, this beautiful peach one, and then this very like lavender pinkish color, which I'm excited about. These are just so pretty. Remind me again of a cute little cottage. And then we have our campanula, these beautiful little bells. They look like cute little bells hanging off the stems, and I'm super excited to play with these. As you can see, they're very big, so we might be able to get a couple pieces out of this and make them a little bit bigger and work with them a little better. And the color on them is pretty. And then we have this one. We also, it's eucalyptus, so we're gonna be playing with eucalyptus again. So yes, unfortunately guys, our hands are gonna get sticky again, which is fine. But if you wanna avoid that, you can put on some gloves. I'm just gonna do it with no gloves on because I like to touch my flowers and I don't really mind the stickiness. All right, so let's get started. And for this recipe, I think I'm gonna grab a couple more stems of amaranthus. So let me get that going. We got a lovely stock behind us, period. All right. So first one I'm gonna do, oh, and by the way, I'm using this new vase today, very excited. Again, you can use any vase inside of your house, or you can grab your handy dandy flowers or juice vase. So I'm gonna start breaking down my eucalyptus. So we've done this before, very reminiscent of what we did inside of our lemon arrangement, if you remember. So we're gonna find places where it can be cut down into multiple pieces and then use that instead. So I'm gonna cut this one right here. Right there. That was loud. Oh, really loud. Again, best way to break down eucalyptus is going upward. This way is going upward. Cut that down straight a little bit, and bam, we have one piece right here. Make sure none of that's touching the water. I'll put that one in. I'm gonna break off some of these mini pieces on the side because we don't really need them, and they'll just be in the water. And remember, that causes bacteria in our water. We don't want that. Put that in there. Cute. Again, we're going for a more cottagey, organic style in this one. You want it to literally look like you went in your garden and went, what do I got? And you grabbed it and then you put it in a jar. Stylistically though, but you put it in a jar. Or these. All right, so we're still breaking down this eucalyptus. Again, the hand's starting to get sticky. Smells delicious though, so I'm not too mad about it. Breaking it down. Got this cool little piece going on. Still got some. Got this piece, getting all those leaves. Give all your stems a fresh cut, always diagonal. We got this piece right here that we can use. Definitely want to play with the lengths a little bit. Remember, if you want certain pieces to be sticking out, you must cut them a little shorter to get that angle right. Just make sure your vase is full of water. Like right now, mine's literally filled all the way up here. So just make sure you got a full vase of water before you do that, just to get those angles right. Actually, I'm gonna save some pieces for the end, so then we can, you know, touch up some spots. All right, next, I am going to use, let me get rid of this hanging piece of uke for y'all real quick. Make it look picture perfect. There we go. Next, I'm gonna go in with some of our focals. So let's start with these big old sunflowers we got. Now, sunflowers are interesting because they twist and twirl and they wanna do their own thing because they're sunflowers. But that is okay. Instead of trying to bend them to do what we wanna do, we're going to work with the sunflowers. So let's work with the way it's twisted. I'm gonna cut it just a little bit. I kinda want this one right in not the center, like, cause I don't want it to be just right in the middle, but I want it to be showcased because it's gorgeous. This strawberry sunflower has such a beautiful color to it. So I really want to make sure that it's up high and saying hello, as I would like to say. Same thing with this one. Sunflowers are the star of the show, you know? So I want to make sure that they are saying hello and up high. Again, always make sure you're trimming off any of those dead leaves that are on the side. They're purposeless and they're just going to fall into your water. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. I'll have this one off to the side. Let's see how that looks real quick. Cool. You know what? I'm loving this asymmetrical look I got going on. Let's play with that, you know? Follow along if you want to. Now, when I talk about asymmetry, that means like symmetrical would be both on the same sides, but asymmetrical would be more like one piece is a different size and the other piece looks a little different. So they're just asymmetrical. If you folded it, it wouldn't be the same. That makes sense? I know you got it. I know you got me watching. All right, so next I'm gonna go in with, let's play with our amaranths. So again, these are amaranths, a part of the family Amaranthus. Fun fact, same family as quinoa. Honestly, one of my favorite families to grow inside of the garden. So many things come from this family. I believe like celosia's in it as well. Things like that. So we're gonna take off all those leaves off the bottom because one, they just block the flower. Like this one has all these little dead leaves in it and this one doesn't. This one looks better, right? Right. Again, I'm going to cater towards that asymmetrical look I got going on. And I'm gonna put some doubles by each other and make sure that all my flowers, you can see them. Maybe we can put this one right here. Yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna take off some of those dead leaves like always. Take off all those extra bits at the bottom. Give you a fresh diagonal cut as always. Again, really use the other stems strategically so that they can hold up other stems so then you get the look that you want. Then I'm gonna maybe do one down here. And maybe I'll do one at a cool angle so it's hanging off. So I'm gonna cut it super short. Take off all those dead leaves. And kind of create this thing where it's like spilling over almost right underneath that sunflower. There we go. Gorgeous. Let me fix this one real quick. Sunflower. And maybe I'll take a couple pieces of uke in the end and stick them in there so it looks like it's kind of draping. All right, let's keep going. Do our finishing touches later. Next, I'm gonna go in with our campanula. This right here. Now this is very pretty because it's like bells. Again, how I said earlier, there's a couple pieces that we could use in here. So I'm gonna actually cut mine right here. So then I have 2 pieces. It's like magic, guys. It's like magic. And who doesn't like a little magic? You know? Flower magic, if you will. I cracked myself up. Anyways. All right. That looks pretty. Let's do another. Take off those bottom flowers. I know it's sickening having to get rid of some flowers sometimes, but sometimes that's just what you gotta do. Sometimes that's just what you gotta do. Let's put this one more towards the front, and then let's do this one like that. Peeking out from the sunflower. Pretty. All right. And then we have one more super long stem right here. Again, we're going to take off some of those bad flowers that might be a little iffy. And then we're going to cut a little higher. And we have something shooting out from the top. Because why not? Trim this piece so you can put this right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Again, adjusting as we go. Making sure we're staying true to the shape that we're trying to create. Again, we're going for that asymmetrical look. Next, I'm going to go in with my 2 alliums. So if you guys have been designing with me lately, as you have been, you know that I really like groupings. And I just think the grouping like this, it just always hits every time. So I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna see where I want it to be in my face. I think I want it to be like right here. Yeah, I want it to be right here to fill that empty space. And then I'm gonna see how long it needs to be. It needs to be right here. I like these 2 heights. I kinda like this big one to be at the top. Yep, I'm gonna do it like that, right there. Then I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut a little extra higher just so I can adjust, because remember what I say almost every week, you can always cut more, but you cannot make the stem come back. So trim slowly. Trim slowly. Do I like how that looks? Let me cut this sunflower a little bit more. Beautiful. Let me find a stem to support my sunflower so it stays the way. Ah, there we go. So you always gotta find that sweet spot inside of your florals, you know, where it comes out and it stays where you want it to be. Perfect. This one's looking cool, guys. I hope you're having fun. Yeah, just looking cool. There we go. Yeah. Cool, cool. All right, so let's move on to our next stems. Next, we have some of my favorites, these cottage yarrows. They add like the perfect little color to whatever you're making, so we're gonna add those in. I'm just gonna find some spots, because these are fillers, so I'm gonna find some spots that I feel like could use it. So I think I'm gonna add one like somewhere in this spot, maybe this white one up here, and then I'll find something to do with this like yellow, more yellow one. All right, so I'm gonna take this, or pink, I'm gonna take this white one and put it right at the top so it kind of frames my bouquet well. All right. And then we're gonna take this pink one and we're gonna put it right here. Yeah, I like that. Do we like that? I like that. Yeah. All right. And you know what? That's what this is about. Y'all couldn't answer me because y'all are behind the camera. But I did my own creative freedom, and you should too. So if you like something, you go for it. I'm gonna cut it a little shorter so I get that angle I want again. Right there. I kind of want these to look like they're just like exploding from the bouquet, you know? And then for this one, I'm thinking maybe something right here, peeking out. That looks cool. Ooh, let's make sure my alliums aren't hidden. Remember, everything placed with purpose in floristry. That should let me do a little more. There we go. That's how we want it. Trying to find that sweet spot. There we go. There we go. And then I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna cut a little shorter so I can get that angle. Really trying to frame my flowers, give them a little bit more structure. Make sure that, again, they're placed with purpose. We can see them all. I think I'm gonna have to cut this just a little shorter, just so I can get it to twist in the way I want it to. There we go, yep, and there's so many things in this bouquet that it's staying exactly where you want it to be. All right, lastly, we're gonna go in with our assorted greens. So I got this bunny tail, cattail, and I'm gonna place this. I think I want something like right here on this side. So I'm gonna stick this in the back, more towards the back. Beautiful. Oop, I have another one on the floor, excuse me. No flowers left behind. That's all right. All right, so I'm gonna put this one in here. Do we like that? Kinda, maybe I like it right here. Because again, we're playing with that asymmetry that we were talking about earlier. So I wanna make sure this side is kind of shooting outward, and then this side is more shooting downward, if that makes sense. So now I'm gonna take this explosion grass, and again, I'm gonna play with that, and I'm gonna make a huge explosion going that way, because explosion grass. All right, come on. All right, and place that right there. Play with the length of our flowers, make sure they're standing up correctly. Perfect. Make sure we can see our eucalyptus, so I'm doing some mechanical work in the back. This is a very front-facing bouquet. If you want to do a 360, that's okay, but to get that asymmetry look and make sure that all my blooms can be seen, I really played with the front-facing. So I'd probably put this on the table, like up against a wall or something, or like on a bookshelf. And then for this last piece of explosion grass, to make sure I'm using all of it, let me replace this one. Ugh, I love garden type stuff. I think I'm gonna play with how this one's kind of draping a little bit, and I'm gonna use that to my advantage, you know? You know, sometimes drapey flowers aren't fun, but you know what? We do with what we can. That's what forestry's about. It's about getting creative. So we're gonna stick that in, cut it short, and stick that one in right here. And then we're gonna do our final touches, everybody. Some things might have fallen out of place as we were fidgeting around, that's okay. Just refix it like that. Really play with the shapes and see how you like it. I remember I said I would play with these few little pieces of eucalyptus I had. That's still a plan. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't forget to gather your stuff. I'm just gonna shove that in there again. Beautiful. Yeah, make sure your vase is filled to the brim, or you can't do things. Can't do things like this. Have stuff draping off the side and stuff. Oh, I love explosion grass. I can't get over it. Again, making sure all your stems are being seen with purpose, because we love our flowers and we want them all to be seen. So I'm just moving this cattail towards the front. And then bam, we got yourself a beautiful little garden bouquet. Wow. Isn't she great? It honestly looks like you just went in your yard and went, yeah. I mean, if you like to grow flowers, it looks like you did this. But yeah, we have all these beautiful elements, so many cool textures. Honestly, it's giving cottagecore, you know, that little aesthetic. So again, thank you for joining me. I'm super excited to see what you're gonna do with the stems that we send you. I know you guys got it. Get creative. That's what the garden series is about. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.